Come fall, I usually get the urge to disappear for a while. So this year, I packed the truck up and headed north until the leaves started falling and the temperatures dropping. I decided to spend a week chasing whitetails in the land of steep ridges and shifting thermals, hoping to cleanse the mind and load up the cooler. I got camp set up and settled in for the night, for I knew the morning would come, cold and still. Never having hunted here before, I headed in early, slipped down a ridge overlooking a draw, and hoped to catch some deer feeding up the other side. A couple hours after sunrise, I caught a glimpse of a doe working the far side, and with my attention focused on her, I almost missed the button buck slipping up below me. The good news was he went down quick, but of course it was at the bottom. So I got to work, skinned and quartered, and loaded in the pack for the steep climb out. That evening, I slipped down another ridge to see if it held any sign. This is the third or fourth little scrape I've seen in about 20 yards. Bucks are running this trail still, the whole length of this old logging road. There's been little scrapes and rubs, but they're starting to be more fresh. Here's another one right here. Again, it's little buck sign, but I'm okay with that. Although I didn't see any deer that evening, I knew where I wanted to be in the morning. The following morning was quiet and still, and it wasn't long before I heard footsteps crunching in the leaves. He came walking, cutting right below me, right over the saddle behind me. Shot him at probably 35 yards. The buck was a beauty, and after I admired him for some time, I got to work. Skinned and quartered, same as before.
We got ourselves a hike out of here. I don't want to pack out.
A couple hours later, after a pot of espresso and some fresh heart, I was ready for the evening hunt. That evening, I slid down a draw and set up below what I hoped was a bedding area. About an hour before dark, I heard footsteps, but they were not what I expected. However, I wasn't the only one fooled, because moments later, a young buck popped out of the bedding area to investigate. But having just filled a buck tag that morning, I could only watch as he walked off.
It's another crisp morning. I feel like it's a great day to catch a deer slipping up this bottom. I got in here early this morning, slipped in about a mile down the ridge, and then dropped off into this bottom. This leads down to some ag fields. My thought is the deer are going to be feeding up out of those ag fields in the morning and coming up onto some of these finger ridges and bedding down for the day.
Just after sunrise, a pair of coyotes came trotting through the valley, and although their pelts looked prime, I didn't want to spoil my chances for a buck. And it seemed like this decision paid off, when a half hour later, I heard the unmistakable crunch of leaves coming through the trees.
little bit of brush in the way. I tried to thread it through that brush, but it was pretty tight. Here we go. Okay. There he is. Let's freaking go. He went uphill. I was nervous there. He wasn't spraying too much. Hell yeah. Look at this guy. Beautiful. Oh man. Oh my gosh. Oh, some beautiful colors on him. Beautiful little buck. Back on this old logging cut now. Maybe another quarter mile.
And with my coolers full, I pulled camp, packed up, and said goodbye, knowing full well I would be back next year.